Coach Fuel called Chris Carson a punishing runner. I'm wondering what you've seen from him on tape and particularly where he excels in different facets of
Well,
his
that
game.
certainly fits the profile. I mean, in terms of how they utilize him. I mean, he's a between the tackles back, plays behind his pads, runs behind his pads, physical. He's looking to run through you as opposed to running around you. So I would say that that assessment certainly fits what we've been able to see on film.
How do you, sorry, I have no voice. How do you explain Russell Wilson's the longevity he showed over these years and the consistency he showed? What about him stands out when you think of all that?
Well, first of all, just a durable athlete, and I think it's you can focus on his skill set as a passer. He's highly intelligent, and he anticipates extremely well. He's an accurate thrower, but when he decides to run the football and when he's pressured, you never really see people get a clean shot on him. He's not that that statue, if you will. So he's always kind of contorting himself. He knows when to slide. So he does a good job of protecting himself, but at the same time staying aggressive in terms of trying to advance the offense down the field.
Harry said that at practice, you've been going back to doing some more fundamental things and practicing those sort of things. Why is that good for defense late in the year, and do you think that's been important? I know missed tackles have been a big issue this year.
Well, I think it's good to address those things year round, and we try to do that, and we have things that we will revisit in terms of the kind of training mechanism that we may bring back that we kind of reserve for a particular time of the year. But you have to stay on top of your fundamentals. I think I say that every week when I come in here. It starts with that, whether or not the players address their positions the appropriate way as it pertains to that, and then it comes the assignment stuff, and then how hard we play in terms of our efforts. So we got to stay on top of that, and when it's not where it needs to be, we have to go back and get it back to a level that's an NFL quality level, and that gives you a chance to win football games.
Eric, what do you think's been the biggest factor in not seeing a lot of takeaways from your group the last month or so?
Well, the rushes. First of all, we haven't rushed the quarterback the last couple of weeks the way I thought we did toward the middle portion of the season. We've been close, but the decisive wins, where all of a sudden now you're forcing the quarterback to get rid of the ball before he wants to, or you're in a position to take the football away from him, especially when the takeaways come through the quarterback. So we've got to just do a better job with that. When you're in position to address the ball carrier with violence and with decisiveness as it pertains to your run gap, there's some opportunities there. We forced some fumbles in the run game earlier in the season. So we just got to put ourselves in great position, Joe, and within the things that we believe in and that we preach.
Does it make it tough? I mean, it's kind of a stupid, simple question, but I guess what is the challenge defensively when you're not taking the ball away?
Time of possession, okay. When an offense can extend a drive, I think that goes along with wanting to get off the field with a great deal of efficiency. But when you don't take the football away, a byproduct of that is time of possession tends to favor the offense and the opponent. And then when you can give our offense, the football with extra opportunities to possess and score, that's always a benefit. And if you go back and look at some of the takeaways we got earlier in the year, most of those led directly to points. We took if we didn't score ourselves, we took the football away and we were able to advance it and actually get points from those things. So those are the benefits, and we just got to try and make sure we're putting ourselves in position to do that.
Hey, Aaron, a lot of time has passed for Bruce Irvin, but is this still a really big matchup for him? Is this still something that, because of his time in Seattle, is this still something that maybe he's brought up or has kind of taken upon himself to convey this one might mean a little bit more to him this week?
Honestly, I had to remind myself that Bruce was there as long as he was. He hasn't said a whole lot about that. It just hasn't come up. He comes in, and he he's just been, from a mindset standpoint, the approach has been the same as it's always been, and I think Bruce is excited about just going out and competing again. And I can't speak for him as far as what playing this team means to him, but it just hasn't come up. He's been focused, and I'm excited about watching him play.
At the beginning of camp, Brian Burns spoke a little bit about how learning from guys, back when KK was healthy, KK, Gerald, Bruce, and how diverse a set of personalities they are, but how each one has their own style of taking some of the younger guys under his wing. And how would you kind of describe Bruce's style? You hear some of the younger guys really speak highly of him.
Well, his style is Bruce will tell you, and he's mentioned this before, he likes to lead by example. I mean, he likes to let his performance, his play, how he practices, the production that he's able to attain on Sunday, he wants that to be the thing that's out in front. And if he sees something that if he can lend some tidbit or some advice to a younger player, he will. But he just wants you to watch how he approaches his job. And that's the way he kind of communicates his style of leadership, just from what I've been able to observe.